So, friends, in this session we will be discussing about critical thinking and problem solving. Here we will speak about what is critical thinking and problem solving, and the process of critical thinking and problem solving, and how you can improve your critical thinking and problem solving. Coming to critical thinking, critical thinking and problem solving is considered necessary skills for 21st century individuals, because in the everywhere you require, in the professional life as well as in personal life, we require critical thinking and problem solving skills. Critical thinking is the intellectually disciplined process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing, applying, analyzing, synthesizing and or evaluating information gathered from observation, experience, reflection, reasoning or communication as a guide to your belief, judgment, decision and action. Critical thinking is the purposeful, self-regulatory judgment which results in interpretation, analysis, evaluation and inference. Critical thinking means making reasoned judgments or reasoned decisions. And in the book, you will be finding that there are different essential aspects of critical thinking. These are the personality dispositions. Critical thinkers are skeptical, and at the same time they are open minded, value fair mindedness, respect evidence and reasoning, respect clarity and precision, and look at different points of view on the same problem, and they apply the criteria to critical thinking task. That means there must be some conditions that must be met for something to be judged as believable. Arguments, it is a proposition or a statement with a supportive evidence, and argument is the essential part for supplying reason to identifying, evaluating and constructing judgments. And also we apply the logical reasoning to examine the relationship among different statements or data. And the critical thinker is one who accepts the multiple points of view, and he or she sees the problem from different points of view. And the procedures, other type of thinking use a general procedure. Critical thinkers uses many procedures. The procedures include asking questions, making judgments and identifying assumptions. Compared to rote memory, if the question is asked, it takes shorter time, but when the question is asked from a critical thinking perspective, it takes time. So, therefore, compared to rote memory tasks, the critical thinking tasks takes more time. Several studies have established that more proficient one is in using critical thinking, the greater is one's ability to understand the complex phenomena, make important decisions, solve complex problems and resolve difficult issues. Studies have shown that exercising critical thinking fosters a higher level of reasoning and comprehension. Critical thinking involves critical implication, critical discussions, looking into the both positive and negative sides of the problem. And the individual who is a critical thinker, he constructs, he does the analysis and constructs the solutions. And critical thinking can be used to define a problem, take the actions towards an aim, make decisions and conduct retrospective evaluation. Suppose I give you a problem, compare the website of MIT Massachusetts with IIT Kharagpur. So, what you will do? Your job first is to gather the information, then analyze the information on the basis of the format, content, usability. Then in the process of benchmarking, you can rationalize on which aspect, which website is better or which website is lacking. And then you can finally conclude by applying the logic and reasoning that the website of a particular institute is better than that of the other. And the process of critical thinking is that it involves, we inform, first of all we collect the information and describe the particular issue, discover and explore the different possibilities, negotiate and cooperate with different aspects of the issue, then we test and revise and finally integrate and apply what makes up the critical thinking on a particular issue. Then the question comes, being a student, how you can improve your critical thinking. First is that seek out ideas, whether it is old or new, get the ideas, read books, periodicals, articles, study innovation, change, creativity, and at the same time you brainstorm, mixing with the others, what can be the possible solutions or what can be the possible decision or a judgment on that particular issue. Have discussion with others, those who are involved with the issue, because a person who experiences the issue, he has more insight on that particular issue compared to a person who does not experience that particular issue. Similarly, take action. In critical thinking, dare to be different compared to others, challenge the assumptions, be different, and at the same time be open minded and flexible. Applied ideas to every facet of your life or of your problem. Always ask, how can this be done better? Be curious and observant, just like a child. Keep on asking why. Look to the situation through the eyes of a child. Ask good questions. Constantly reflect on the issue. Who is responsible for this issue? where is the issue is occurring, what is the issue, what are the salient features of the issue. Like these are some of the helpers you take: who, what, where, when, why, how, in order to analyze, in order to ask questions to understand the issue critically. Developed reflective thinking skills, daydream about the situations. If this is the situation in the reality, what can be the possible solutions? And you jump between logic and imagination and wild thinking. One side there is a left brain, logical thinking; on the other side there is a imaginative, wild thinking of the right brain. You jump between the two and build your knowledge and intuition base. Learn more how to research and visualize, and find the time and place where you can think best. Thereby, you can find out a resolution for the solutions. Critical thinking, when you say it is a intentional and reflective way of looking at the things or circumstances, where problem solving focuses on a specific situation. In every sphere of our life, we always face problems that needs to be solved. A problem is about a matter which is difficult to decide what to do, or about an issue where it is difficult to decide what to do. A problem is a difficult situation, or a issue, or a person, or any question or issue involving doubt, uncertainty and difficulty, and a question need to be answered or solved. And in problem solving, there is a mental process. The mental process: find out the problem, analyze the problem, then solve the problem to overcome the obstacles, and to mark what is the best solution, in particular issue. Say we are giving a problem. First of all, you define the problem. The problem, you are working in the industry, you are finding that absenteeism is high in the industry X. Then what you do? You have to validate it by checking the attendance register of the employees, checking in and checking out time, and then you gather the information. Once you validate that it is a problem and the absenteeism is hindering the production, then you have to rationalize it is a problem which is accountable for the declining productivity of the industry. Then you gather the information. While you are gathering the information, you can talk with the multiple stakeholders. You can talk with the supervisor of the employees, you can talk with the hospitals of that particular industry, you can talk with the doctors in the hospital of that particular industry, you can talk with the employees themselves, you can talk with the top management people. Multiple source of information is all the time better than the single source of information to rationalize why absenteeism is occurring. And the people, those who are experiencing absenteeism, they will also tell why there is absenteeism. And studying and analyzing the collected information, because you have to see that whether the information is consistent across the stakeholders, or whether the information is contradictory, and whether the information is validated through data and information, hard data and information that is available. Then there can be possible solutions. One possible solution is that absenteeism is there because the people are working in extreme heat conditions, which is causing some problem to their body. And another cause may be like that because of the emission of different gases during the production process, their employees are experiencing more joint pains. So, they are frequently reporting to the hospitals. That information you can find out. And at the same time, because of working in the industry, and they are also experiencing the other health problems. So, therefore, one solution may be that we have to check that the health facilities improve to address the health problem of the employees. Another solution may be that the employees are remaining absent, so that there will be pending jobs, and in order to clear the pending jobs, they themselves will do the overtime. That may be another possibility. The possibility is that because overtime rate is more than that of the straight time or normal time. So, therefore, in order to earn more, they are doing the overtime, and you have evidence for that. The persons, those who are remaining absent, they are frequently doing, the same persons are frequently doing the overtime. So, therefore, one solution may be arresting of overtime. Like that, you have many possible solutions to tackle the problem of overtime. Okay? So, tackle the problem of absenteeism. So, once you evaluate the solutions critically by taking the plus and minus of every issue, and then you think which can be a solution that can be more beneficial to the industry and less harmful to the industry X. And understanding that with information and logic, with evidence and data, you can come to a particular solutions that if we improve the health facilities in the industry, then more likely the people are there to attend their duty. There will be no failure to do this is absenteeism is basically failure to report to work is absenteeism, and then you implement the solution, execute the solutions, expand the hospital facilities, provide the health services to the employees. Then after 3 months again or 4 months, you evaluate the workability of the solutions. By implementing the solution, is the absenteeism of the employees reducing? If the answer is yes, then your solution is working well. If the answer is no, that means the solution is not appropriate, there must be some other solution to this problem. Again you start from the step 1 to the step 7, that is shown in the shown here. And in order to foster this problem solving, critical thinking and problem solving in many of the classroom situations, we need to train our students on that. So, therefore, different pedagogies are there or methods of teaching are there, through which these critical problems, critical thinking and problem solving can be taught to students. Business schools, you will find they use group discussions, case studies, simulations, structured exercises, critical incidents and controversial debates. These are some of the tools that can be used in the classrooms to foster the critical thinking and problem solving skills in them. The one important point is that critical thinkers and problem solvers are not the receiver of information, but they are the users of the information to solve the problems. Thank you. Prefrontal. One point I like to mention at the end, that earlier you have studied about problem solving techniques and the critical thinking tools. But here you require in problem solving and in critical thinking, both left and right brain are involved. Sometimes you require logical and rational information, and other times you require intuitive and creative information. So, both the parts of the brain are involved in critical thinking and problem solving, and the different areas that are involved in different activities are shown here. Thank you.